Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. I decided to put a floor on the third floor up there, and yeah, it's a bit dark, so I think the first thing I need to do today is to get some light up there. Assuming that I have some torches. Yeah, I have a few torches. Right, so we'll begin by adding a little extra light up near the top so that at least it's not completely dark up here. I know it's not a problem with mobs or anything like that as far as I know, but I think being able to see what's up here is a nice thing to do so that it doesn't look dark and gloomy or anything like that. Alright, and then we could do it on this side. And up this way. Up, and away, and I guess when I get stuck is when to stop. And up here. Okay, good. I think that will do. Let's see how it looks from the bottom. And that'll do. Probably I should get something like sand for scaffolding instead of wood, so I don't break up my axe. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright, so that's what we've got down there. Then we are going up here. It's still probably not the ideal way of doing the stairway. I still have to think about a perfect way of doing these stairs, because even this way it still feels a little cramped doing that turn. Because I think I should really have a full landing space. Perhaps what I should do is move this. Well, actually, move this one that way and then move the top up by 2. I think if I do that, I should be able to get things in a much better position. So I'll move these stairs and see what it looks like. And this is what we get up here. Good. We have a nice little landing, then we can turn around, and that feels a lot better. Certainly a lot better than we had before. Alright, good. And, oh yeah, now I remember why I chose the position that I did, because of that. Oh, actually, because it's not right against the wall, I don't think it's that bad. But what is bad is that little jig there. So let's take care of that just by smoothing it out by doing that, and I think we need to. Alright, that looks a lot better. Maybe I could put some pillars in there or something like that later on. But that's it for that little matter. Now, our main matter that we have to worry about today is this wall here. Yeah, I put a few birch trees out here just for making sure I get enough wood. I think that's the last round of that. I may have eventually some actual inner trees, but I'll have to just decide which type it is. But I think that's the last round of birch I'm going to need for a while. So we'll do this and let the leaves decay as the show progresses. Now let's worry about the wall. As you can see, we have a foundation here, and now we need to get about to actually laying the bricks themselves. Now we will right here probably have, does this be a good position for an opening? We will need an aperture for the wall. Now this is facing a relatively safe direction. Now assuming that the wall is there primarily for defense against the sea, then the sides where we need it here, we have reasonably open area, even if it's semi-closed, so there'll be some rough areas here. Now here, this is where we're going to have our main defense here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I do wonder about symmetry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we have on this side? Because I didn't think about measuring that out last time. 1, 2, 3, but we have to worry about here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 from here. So the question is, will that make it look asymmetrical and off? So is it possible that I may need... Now here it's only 1, 2. And that's where it's going to be trickiest from the symmetry point of view. But I may decide later on to move this out by 1, 2, 3, 4. Move that out an extra 2 just so it could fit in there. But I'm not going to decide on doing that just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this side for last. That way I get an idea what the build is like and all. Then after that, I can decide whether or not it would be good to extend the wall on that end or not. Back to the matter of the aperture. There are 4 choices as to where you could put it. One, of course, is here, but we already have an entry point here through the ramp. So it's not the ideal spot, probably. The other possibility is right here, which is what I'm planning. And the other 2, I think, are going to be on the more weathered side here. So therefore, I've decided I'm going to place an aperture here, and it works with where I tend to place my boat whenever I come here for a visit. So therefore, this will mark our ends for our wall. Now we'll get the first layer done so we can decide what we're going to do here. Now, at the corners, we are going to be wanting to have a little bit of a tower. Now I'm not 100% sure that there were towers on the walls for the lighthouse, but the pictures I see have depicted them, so it's possible that they were there. Or it could be some fancy of the particular artist in question. You never can be too sure concerning depictions of the wall, though as far as I know that was was believed to be one of the more accurate ones, so I will assume that the towers are there. Now, due to the tendency of the wall to be jutting along the sea here, the tower will just be inset like this because I don't have room to do anything else here. Now if I am going to have a tower, though, I will need an entrance. There we go. Like that. So we will have this here. Alright, so you get the idea there that we are going to have one of these here. 3 by 3 tower. Will that be sufficient for our needs? Yeah, because if we were doing this with the larger walls, courtyards that you have in the actual one, if we had a 90 by 90 island, then I would probably have a larger tower for it. But I don't think I'll have room for a larger one here. So therefore, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. And then here. And don't worry, I've got more stone bricks. Yep. This is going to be stone brick usage out everywhere. Alright, here we go. There we go. And you get the idea there. Now, I suspect that a wall on this side might be meant more for symmetry than anything else. Or maybe there was some military defensive, maybe if not necessarily military, to discourage saboteurs and the like, to keep the tourists within the touristy spots, etc. Alright. And let's... That's interesting. Ah, of course, because on the other side it was out for... Well, that certainly answers the question on whether or not I need to extend this. I obviously must, because otherwise that's not going to work out. So let me go out to the other side and see what's going on. So on this side, we have a 3 wide path here due to this over here, because we have to come out 3 extra anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's 7 out like that. So therefore we got an extra 3 here. Out here, we've got no real choice. So therefore, I think we are going to have to extend this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have to go out 3 more. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to, let's say, take... well, that's what a silk touch pick is for, right? To take care of little things like this. And I will be replacing this with dirt, of course. And as for dirt, yeah, I've got... well, I'll have to grab some of that from my chest also. So therefore, yeah, I'll be replacing that with dirt. Well, I guess I could do sand here if I haven't. Now, I'll use dirt for now. 1, 2, 3. And this will tell me what I'm intending to do, which is the main thing I want to do right now. The idea here is to go out 1, 2. Oh, sorry about that. All right, is to go out 1, 2, 3, and I think 3, 4. All right. And then we want to go out 3, 1. Oh, no, not that one. We want the regular smooth stone here. Good. 1, 2, 3. So let me make sure I have my count right before I start filling stuff in. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be the end. So this is then where we will start our wall going around this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's right. As they say, measure twice, do it once. As then I will go down in and fill the rest of this in. I finished pushing this out to its new location, where the toughest part was filling in all the stuff down here, but I made sure that I had stone going all as far down as I could so that we weren't on too weak of a foundation there. And I placed the towers then facing in this way, in the same way that I am doing on the other direction. And oh, that's the regular wall. We want the stone wall. And now what I need to do is to get the wall in place. So the question is, how large should the wall be? Now, in the original there is some depth to the wall, because you've got 30 meters of space on each side rather than 4 or 5, so therefore there was room in order to have a parapet for people to walk around and stuff like that. But I am just going to have a weather wall here and deal with that. Now the towers, though, will be at either end, and the towers will be taller, of course, than the walls around them. It'd be rather silly to go through all the effort of creating towers without making the towers a little bit taller. So of course part of the purpose of the towers, I think, will be to allow access on top of the wall. I would presume that's one of its purposes. Alright, so therefore what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this wall around here. And when I am done at 5 meters high, which is the height in which I'll be doing the walls, when I've got 5-meter walls all around the place, then I'll come back and we'll do one of the towers. I have the wall up to 5 meters, and I think that's how tall I'll make the wall itself, and I'll make the towers 7 meters, and I think that will get the effect I want. Now, one of the problems I've got is that, of course, this is a fairly straightforward wall. So what I'm thinking of doing is to add a little variation here. Now, here we're going to have the tower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be the tower. So I say, starting around here, up. Thinking if we could do this here and here. Now, putting holes here. In the original one, I think there were windows that would have been there, so because you had a deeper wall and an interior to the wall and all that stuff, but we don't have that luxury here. So I'm thinking of doing something like that. Well, now it's going to be tough to do though, because I've got the sea around here and stuff like that, so I may have to add a sandbar all around here so that I will have some space in which to do some work. But right now I think the best I can do is that. So let me see what that looks like at least. So I'll go to my island over here. I know it's I did that little bit of work on the far side from where I'm actually going to be looking at it. Well, let's see how it looks from here. Alright. So, at least it adds a little something in there. Yeah, I think we need that little bit there, because otherwise the wall would look bland if there wasn't anything there. So I'm thinking of using the stairs there in order to have a little bit of an indentation, and we can go across from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I will fill in our little bit of sandbar there so that I can have a place to stand. And then I'll see how tall. I'll probably have to go up one more. How am I going to do that? No, I don't think that'll be possible. I can't go up any further and go on because otherwise I have a hole in there, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So let me get going and see how it works. What I decided to do in the end is to have two smaller ones like this. That way I have a little bit more length in what I'm doing over there instead of just being stuck with too small of an area. So I'm just doing this, that, and that at each of my intervals and making it 4 high overall. And I think that'll add a little bit of interest to the wall as I'm going through here. So now I just have to, let's see, add it a few more times, and then we can go back and check on what we have. Of course, I'm out of stairs now, but let me go and check what we've got and see if it looks good, or at least passable. Okay, here we go, up here. And oh yeah, I think that is much better than what I had before. There you go. It's not completely plain. Yeah, there's an extra hole down at the bottom, but I'll take care of that when I add the extra ones. So I just need to take this and port this up all the way around the entire structure. But that's it what I have for today. Next time we will build the towers around the corner and start on the ramp when we return here at Welstopia as we are working on our lighthouse of Pharos.